You've heard It Wasn't Me, one of the catchiest songs of the 2000s, a global anthem that had everybody singing along, even if they didn't quite know what they were singing about. But behind that cheeky hook and smooth voice is a story way deeper than just radio hits. From growing up in Kingston, Jamaica, to serving in the US military, and eventually dominating international charts, this is the wild, inspiring journey of a true reggae icon. Today we're diving into the life of Shaggy, the Grammy-winning, platinum-selling legend who helped bring dancehall to the world stage. We'll talk about his humble beginnings, his rise to fame, his family life, his million-dollar empire, and the legacy he's building every single day. So grab a drink, get comfy, and if you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we're about to explore the life of the one and only Shaggy. Long before the lights, cameras, and Grammy Awards, there was Orville Richard Burrell, born October 22, 1968, right in the heart of Kingston, Jamaica. Growing up in Jamaica, life was far from luxurious. Shaggy has talked about the tough surroundings, the rough streets, and the real struggles of everyday life. But if there was one thing always nearby, it was music. He was surrounded by the raw sounds of reggae and dancehall. From street corners to sound systems, it was part of the culture. It shaped his ears, his voice, and eventually, his future. Then at 18, a major life shift. He moved to Brooklyn, New York. Imagine that. 1 minute you're in Kingston, and the next, you're thrown into the fast-paced concrete jungle of 1980s NYC. In Brooklyn, he was introduced to a whole new world. Hip-hop, R&B, and that relentless New York grind. It was here that his Jamaican roots met American ambition. Oh, and that name, Shaggy? It actually came from his friends, who said he looked like the Scooby-Doo character because of his wild, unkempt hair. The nickname stuck, and eventually, it became his brand. Back then, there were no big record deals, no viral moments. Just a young Jamaican man juggling two cultures, two identities, and chasing one big dream: to make it in music. Now here's where Shaggy's story takes a sharp turn. You'd think he jumped straight from Jamaica into the music biz. But nah, life had a different path first. In 1988, Shaggy made a bold decision. He joined the United States Marine Corps. That's right, the same guy who gave us Boombastic was out here in uniform, marching in formation and following military orders. He was stationed in 29 Palms, California, and later served during the Gulf War, deployed in Iraq. It wasn't just a quick stint, it was real. Combat zones, military drills, the whole nine. And believe it or not, that experience played a major role in shaping who he became, not just as a man, but as a performer. Shaggy has said that it was during his time in the military that he learned how to project his voice, literally. Yelling commands, communicating in loud, chaotic environments, it trained his lungs for the stage. He also credits the Marines for his discipline, resilience, and sharp mindset. These weren't just survival skills for war, they became tools he would use in the music industry. While most soldiers were trying to get through the chaos, Shaggy was secretly sharpening his craft. In between shifts, he was writing lyrics, freestyling, and dreaming of a bigger life. That grind, that hustle, it gave him an edge most artists didn't have. And when he eventually stepped into the booth, he brought that military precision, discipline, and intensity with him. After the military, Shaggy came back with a mission. And trust me, he didn't waste a single second. He knew music was the path, and he hit the ground running. In 1993, he dropped Oh Carolina, a rework of an old ska tune. And just like that, it blew up. The UK couldn't get enough of it. The song climbed the charts and gave Shaggy his first real taste of international fame. But that was just the warm-up. Then in 1995 came Boombastic. Now this one? Game changer. That deep, sexy voice over that smooth reggae beat. It was magnetic. The song topped charts across the globe and even landed him a Grammy for Best Reggae Album. Suddenly, this former Marine from Kingston was performing on world stages and becoming a household name. Then came the year 2000, and with it, It Wasn't Me. Look, this wasn't just a hit, it was a whole cultural moment. Funny story, Shaggy didn't even think it was single material. But thanks to Napster, yeah, the old school file sharing site, The song leaked early and started blowing up before it was officially released. By the time it hit radio, it was unstoppable. Funny, catchy, controversial. It had everyone talking. And suddenly, everyone, from teenagers to parents, knew Shaggy's name. Then he followed it up with Angel, a smooth, romantic hit that sampled Steve Miller Band's The Joker. That track cemented his place at the top of the pop reggae crossover world. At that point, it was official. Shaggy wasn't just a one-hit wonder. He was a global superstar. All right, let's talk numbers, because Shaggy's got receipts. We're talking multiple Grammy Awards, Billboard #1 hits, and a catalog stacked with platinum plaques. He's sold over 30 million records worldwide, and his music has racked up over 1 billion streams across platforms. That's not just success, that's legacy. And what makes it even more iconic? Shaggy was one of the first Jamaican artists to truly break into the global pop market, and he did it without losing his dancehall roots. Where others had to water things down, Shaggy kept it raw, rhythmic, and real. His sound had that Jamaican flavor, but his barbecues, and just enough style to remind you he's a star, without trying too hard. He keeps it clean. No scandals, no mess. You won't find his name in the gossip blogs, just music, family, and business. So, where's Shaggy today? What's the man behind It Wasn't Me and Boombastic up to in 2025? Still doing what he does best, making music, inspiring crowds, and staying relevant without trying too hard. He's dropped new collabs with Sting, including full albums that blend reggae with soul, jazz, and even a little island pop. It's a creative partnership that's gotten love from both critics and fans. You'll still catch him on stage, headlining international festivals, popping up at award shows, and even delivering talks at places like TEDx, where he shares his journey from Kingston to global stardom. He's showing the world that you can be in your 50s, seasoned, and still setting trends, musically, culturally, and professionally. Not a gimmick, not chasing clout, just real talent, real stories, and real passion for the craft. Shaggy isn't just active, he's thriving. Still global, still humble, still very much boombastic. From Kingston to the charts, from war zones to world stages, Shaggy's story is nothing short of iconic. He's not just a hitmaker, he's a symbol of hustle, evolution, and real Jamaican pride. What's your favorite Shaggy track? Drop it in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more deep dives into legends like this.